Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're either catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44, or my Facebook page, True Divine 44. Like, shares, subscribes and comments on either or both of those platforms. Greatly appreciated. And thank you to everybody who's doing that thus far. What else? You can get a private tarot reading from me with any of the details above or below this video, or you can message me on Facebook Messenger, but put in capitals the service that you want, like reading, energy work if you're local to me, massage, but we'll have to see what's going on with that because it might be locked down, but we'll see what's going on. You can always sneak your way to me if you're local. So anything like that, yep, get in touch. It's a great support for me, it's a great support for my family, and thank you for everybody who's also done that this far, because you're awesome. Got lots of new clients and it's all gone really well, so thank you very much. So I'm putting out general tarot readings as much as I can to support, inspire and guide. This is a daily energy read, so it's me picking up on the collective energies around me and translating them via tarot and bringing them to you, because it's general. Some of it might resonate, some of it might not. It might all resonate with you, it might all not. Just take what you will and leave the rest behind for somebody else. So for the 20th of March 2020, we've got the first card being the Five of Pentacles. So not the easiest card. It's a feeling of lack, to be honest. It's a feeling of not enough. And to be honest, the silver lining of this card is that you can find somebody in the same position very, very quickly. There's lots of us worrying about financial issues, wondering how money is going to continue to come in, how we're all going to survive, what's going on right now. Maybe work has already started to dry up for you. Maybe it hasn't, and this is just the fear of the future. Either way, you know, it's a degenerative, yes, feeling in that, you know, it niggles away at you if you let it get under your skin too much. So again, going back to that silver lining in a way of, you know, that this is very much a collective energy. Reach out to somebody just to talk it through, because the silver lining is that you won't have to explain how you're feeling too much. They'll already know, because of they're going through the same thing or have the same worries about the same thing. The Five of Pentacles, if you look at the previous card being the Four of Pentacles, very solid, firm foundations, you know, things built on a firm foundational square. You have this pentacle coming in at the top here. So though it's more, it makes it top heavy, it makes it insecure. So lots of insecurity regarding this card. Again, a lot of people feeling this way right now, which is difficult. It is. Makes it slightly easier in some weird way to know that we're all in it together. So do reach out to people and do share how you're feeling, because I can bet you that, you know, you'll feel a lot better after that phone call, after that FaceTime, because you won't feel quite so alone. This is quite an isolating card. It makes you withdraw into yourself. There's also a feeling of needing to let go of old ways of thinking regarding abundance, regarding material, because while there's questions of financial matters, it's also brought up questions of, well, is this system and is how we are living the best that we can be, the best that we can live by? Because people are really questioning, because of current circumstances, that is money going to be worth much at all? Is even having cash, you know, gonna transmute into things that we can use, the physical things that we can use to nourish ourselves, to keep ourselves healthy? So there's a call to the collective as well to, you know, ground yourself and see new opportunities to create different abundance, new ways of feeling abundant, new ways of having that material sustainability. To clarify this card, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this card keeps cropping up, and for me today, it's calling out for you to look around you and realize that what is abundance really, what is luxury really, and do it through the lens of the current circumstance. Is having a huge surplus amount of cash very important right now? Or is it more important that you look at the abundance around you of the Great Mother? You know, what's growing wild? What can you forage safely, of course? How can you use the land that you have got, even to garden? How can you plot a garden out to make sure that you have something to eat, something to enjoy, something that will nourish you, also something that will keep you sane, in that while all of this isolation is going on and these isolating feelings are happening, as well as this physical isolation that we're being asked to do right now, you know, in many places around the world, then, you know, the gardening, exercising in the garden, plotting a garden out, planning it out, sowing seeds, watching them grow, helping them grow, you know, that brings in a different kind of abundance, and actually it brings in the essential abundance, the real abundance, not just a car, not just the best house, not just the best designer clothes. Right now, those things don't mean very much at all to people for the kind of worries people are having. It's more about food, it's more about nourishment, it's more about shelter. So, you know, there's a real call to you to, if you're stuck at home, in particular, you know, get all of those odd jobs done. It'll keep you busy, it'll keep you sane. There's nothing worse than being in the Five of Pentacles and having nothing to do, so that your brain can go into overdrive, so you can isolate yourself more and more and more. There's a real energy of, you know, let's get shit done then. Let's see where we've been lacking, things that we've been wishing we could get done. Well, I'm going to get them done now. Again, that's taken the physical exercise aspect. It's getting things done so you're feeling accomplished. It's creating a better environment for you to live in if you're doing DIY type things. So all of that helps you in the mental state of this isolation period. As well as if you are gardening and if you are growing things, one, it will help you, but two, it will help the children while they're at home, while they're missing out on school. Why not take this opportunity to see what we're lacking in, and we're severely lacking in our children knowing, particularly in the UK, how to grow things, how to nourish themselves by using any land that's around them, how to forage, how to know what's good to eat and what's not, how to get the best out of nature around them. Practical skills, survival skills that is not only great for them to know, essential for them to know really, in light of what's happening right now. But we wish we'd all done a bit more to teach our children more about that. Well, now we've got the opportunity, now we've got the time. Again, that alleviates that mental stress, that isolation, because it brings a family together, doing something physical, doing something that is going to mean a lot and actually may be essential. So they're the first two cards. The second card is, again, it's a bit of a nasty energy in that it's the Three of Swords, sorry. So, you know, it's the stab to the heart. What's that song? Stab to the heart and you're to blame. That's the word. That's a song that's going on in my head. I don't know who sang it, but yeah. So it's a stab to the heart. It's hurt. Again, it's isolation, sorrow, upset. Again, that is a huge collective feeling right now, in that, you know, there's a lot of people feeling like they've been betrayed, like they've supported governments and leaders, they've voted them in, they've supported them all the way, and actually things aren't being done right, and actually things are being done on purpose, and it's hurtful. It breaks your heart, and again, dealing with the ramifications of those things that either haven't been done or have been done deliberately by people who are supposed to care about us. You know, it gives you that isolation feeling, that broken heart of, you know, I trusted you. This card really does affect trust, and trust in abilities. Again, that might be reflecting in people's lives, in the individual lives, in that there's lots of energy right now of uncovering, unveiling, unraveling things that haven't been right, or things that haven't been benevolent, things that haven't been good for you. So it might be that a lot of people are still dealing with that energy I felt yesterday of finding out that not just the leaders, not just the governments have betrayed them, but that people in their lives, relationships, people have betrayed them. And again, that's hurtful. It's wounding, and feels like it couldn't have come at a worse time. But in a way, if it is going to happen, if you are going to unveil secrets of somebody who was supposed to care about you, then it's maybe the best time, because at least you can share in that collective energy and gain that support in that collective energy without having to explain yourself too much, because many people are feeling similar. To clarify, this card is the Six of Cups. So there's this feeling of we're wasting time here, because this is, whether this is the Three of Swords is being reflected in your individual life, and you're finding out that, you know, somebody that you trusted has betrayed you, then there's a feel, or whether it's the you just feeling that collective energy of upset, of the betrayal of the leaders, of the people who, the so-called elites, regarding what's happening right now, and the actions that have taken place right now, and the actions that are not taking place right now. Then there's this feeling of nostalgia and sentimentality creeping into you right now with this Six of Cups. Seeing the past in rose-coloured glasses. This is a very difficult situation for everybody to understand right now, because we all want to look back at our childhood, at our young adulthood, with rose-coloured glasses. And yes, there's a lot of things that we should have kept going from our past, that we should, you know, include in those physical relationships with friends, not being quite so isolated in our lives. But don't stay in this, because I feel like this is putting an illusion on yourself. Because if you look at this situation honestly, whatever this Three of Swords is for you, whatever this stab of heart to the heart is for you, then you will start to see that actually, was I truly wholly happy, or was I just a little bit happy? Was I half and half happy? Did I always sort of know something wasn't right? Did I always sort of know there was a better existence than this, whatever this represents for you? So don't fool yourself with those rose-coloured glasses. You know, take what's good from the past that you think, yeah, we should have carried that on, i.e. connectivity between friends and family and loved ones, but lose the rest and see it for what it is. Don't see it through those rose-coloured glasses, or don't see it how it's being played to you in the mainstream media to soften you regarding it, and stay in this nostalgic place, because we can't afford to stay here for too long right now. Right now we need to be strong. Right now we need to be connected. Right now we need to have people in our lives that are truly there for us, that are there to hold space and time for us, and likewise us for them. It's time to really find that tribe, really find that family. Even outside of family, make your own family also with friends, you know, that loyalty there. So if things are being uncovered to you today, where, you know, people haven't been loyal to you, or people have taken your trust for granted, see it as a blessing. As hard as that seems, see it as a blessing. Thank the universe for uncovering that to you. So right now you can just deal with it, because you have more important things to think about. So you can just let it go easier, even, because there's more important things to think about, i.e. sustaining yourself abundantly in the material things that will nourish and sustain you. You can't be wasting time on this. You can't be wasting time on sitting in nostalgia and rose-coloured glasses with this. You need to see this for what it really is. And yes, take forward some of the good things that you want to implement now, that you think we've lost individually and as a society that we've lost. But, you know, don't dwell and don't tip over into victimhood regarding this Three of Swords, because that is exactly whoever or whatever this Three of Swords represents, they would like to see. I.e. that you go into victimhood. So you either just bend over backwards to please them and save whatever relationship it is, either personal or outside of self, with the governments, the leaders. They don't get into that victimhood, basically. Victimhood is no good for anybody. So yes, take a little bit of time today to say, right, okay, I see you. I see your true colours shining through is another song that I'm hearing. That's it, that's fine. I've got more important things to think about to keep me busy. Thank you. So the third card is the lovely King of Cups. This king is the you know, he likes the good life. He likes the happy times. He's this jovial character. He's very balanced emotionally. He doesn't get triggered emotionally. I think he came up yesterday. He really can transmute his emotions and feelings without exploding, without showing his hand. He can hold those emotions and measure them out rather than being triggered to let them out. And that's very important for us right now, to keep a level head, is to balance and restrict our emotions, in that we don't allow our emotions, our fears to take over us, that we're able to look at them, hold them for a while, feel them out, and then react in the most appropriate way. This guy right here, he doesn't like war at all. He prefers the diplomacy over war. So, you know, there's going to be lots of triggers out there because people are tense, people are worried, people are upset, people are fearful. So, you know, there might be a lot of opportunities for you to get triggered right now. So employ the energy of this king, you know, and be diplomatic with them. If you feel you know more about what's going on and they just don't get it, they just don't understand, then that's fine. Just, you know, you don't have to share that with them. You can be diplomatic about it, because right now, bigger fish to fry kind of thing. To clarify this lovely king, we've got the Hermit card. So the Hermit is the warrior that goes within. But he also shines his light. He shines his light to show other people the way. He shines his light to bring is both the intellectual side, emotional side, and spiritual side into alignment. To show the way of how to transmute things. The Hermit will shine into the darkest corners of the inner self, and it's being that hermit, it's being in the energy of this hermit that would actually get you to the card of the King of Cups, because he uncovers old wounds, old insecurities, labels that you've attached to yourself. So it might be a little bit of an uncomfortable path, but ultimately the goal is that you won't be ruled by those unattended wounds that are hidden in the corners that would actually make you trigger to whatever outside force is trying to get you to explode or react in a certain way. So to use the energy of the Hermit, of course this Hermit is the inner grounds, so it does represent isolation in the time to self. Now again, isolation has been physically imposed on people. Now the first reaction may be to be triggered by that, to explode by that, to protest that. But would that be the most intelligent way? Would that be the most balanced response? No. On the greater scale, that would actually give they what they want. It would allow them to bring in certain measures to control the situation. So the Hermit knows that, okay, then you're going to isolate us. We've got to be in this house. We've got to be, you know, in this small space. then I'm going to use it, just like the Nine of Pentacles. I'm going to use it, and both of these cards are nines, by the way. So bring in harmony after chaos, bring in order after chaos. The Hermit puts into order all of those wounds, all of those labels, all of those things that need to be worked on, that need to be looked at. He shines that light. He shines the way to then use those things for the good, the greater good of you and others on the spiritual path. He's always moving forward, the Hermit. Although it might feel like a backward step sometimes to go within and revisit things that need to be revisited, it's actually, the Hermit is always only doing that just to move forward, just to clear the path, just to clear the way for further growth and expansion and understanding. And he's able to share that with others. So what was I saying there? 2 nines, harmony, chaos, bringing in order after chaos. So the Hermit card, you know, he says just like I said, practically, that was it. Practically, be practical. If you're going to be isolated, then look at abundance in a different way. Look to nature for its abundance. That's what I was saying. So the Hermit says, in his wisdom, he says, right, okay, you're gonna isolate me, you're gonna put restrictions on me. There's no restrictions on my inner grounds. There's no restrictions on my spiritual expansion. You can't do that. Even if you put me in a cell, you can't stop me from going within and transmuting what I need to transmute to grow and expand and ultimately become stronger, both physically and spiritually, because they're dealing with the spiritual helps you deal with the physical and vice versa. So I'm going to use this time. If you're going to impose this on me, then for once in my life I'm actually going to have the time to do the inner work. I never get to fit in that meditation that I keep saying I'm going to do. So actually I'm going to do that now. So when this isolation lifts, I'm ready, both spiritually and physically, because I have seen the path before me. I know which direction I need to go in. I know what I need to do to go further, to expand further, to grow more, to enjoy abundance more, to have more abundance. I know what I need to do. So again, nothing wasted, everything gained. If you can just see the gaps where you the outside forces may be trying to restrict you, but actually you can never be restricted if you see the gaps in the market, so to speak, of your life, and think, right, okay, well, I'm gonna use this practically. I'm gonna be full of wisdom, and I'm gonna bring harmony to my inner grounds and harmony to my outer grounds by building or doing something on both ends, so that when this lifts, I've learned a lot more, I've grown a lot more, I'm a lot more balanced, like the King of Cups that went flipping over there, and I'm stronger than ever, and I can come back stronger than ever. I can do everything I wanted to do that before that I couldn't get done because I wasn't doing this inner work. Bingo bango, I've done it now, I'm coming back stronger. So they're the 3 cards for today. On the bottom of the deck, on this deck, is the Water Princess. So of course she is creative. She's a messenger. So that's that reaching out to people to share this burden, to share love, to share generosity, share things, you know, to keep many families going, not just one. Making new friendships. She's all about friendships, and she's very creative, very artistic, very childlike. So, you know, you can be getting creative when going into the inner grounds. You know, do it while you always wanted to try yoga, do that, or you wanted to paint, do that. Anything that helps you switch off the mind and go within. Or the 9 of Pentacles, you know, playing in the garden with the kids while they're learning how to be self-sustainable. They're being artistic, they're making mud pies, for goodness sake. So the goodness in everything. This card here, the Water Princess, sees the good in everything and can make fun with everything or out of everything. On the bottom of the deck, of the other deck, again, we had this yesterday, I think, is the 8 of Cups. It's this moving away and letting go, which is why I think I'm picking up on a lot of relationships changing, breaking up, maybe realizing that that relationship wasn't the be all and end all for you, picking up on that collective energy, seeing that the horizon has just got wider, or letting go of old constructs, things that you maybe had bought into, politics that you'd bought into, religions that you'd bought into, seeing them for what they are and not being happy about what they are, and letting go and moving away from them, to get yourself on better grounds. It's a lot about physical balance and emotional balance and spiritual balance, so all of them balancing out and using the time wisely, and whatever restrictions might be put on, you know, flip the script on it and do something that is going to help you during this time. So that's the reading for the 20th of March 2020. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you in some way, even if it's just in a small way. And I'm sending you all much love, and we are together on this. If the more we are together, the better the outcome will be. That is guaranteed. So I stand with you all, and I know many of you stand with me. I love you all. Let's help each other. Let's do things that make things better for others and therefore us, because we are a collective. We are more connected than we'd like to think, and it's time to get back to that connectivity. So connect with me for a private reading, energy work, or a massage if you would like to. If not, please like, share and subscribe. Much love until I see you again. Mwah. Be balanced and be whole always.